The arrival of Michael Cudlett's Lex Luthor in Superman and Lois Season 4 has elevated the show's stakes, offering fans a chillingly unpredictable take on Superman's most iconic nemesis. While previous seasons featured formidable foes like Parasite and Bizarro, Lex's cerebral and manipulative nature presents a threat unlike any other. This latest incarnation reveals the true strength of Lex Luthor, not in brute force or technological prowess, but in his cunning ability to turn others into weapons against Superman. Lex Luthor's calculated takedown of Clark Kent. In Episode 7, Lex employs a strategy that's as subtle as it is devastating. By leaking Clark Kent's identity to Emmett Pergande, a man with a personal grudge against the Kents, Lex sets in motion a plan that exposes Superman to the world. Emmett, embittered and desperate, stages a violent confrontation, forcing Clark to reveal his powers by taking a bullet meant for someone else. What's striking is how Lex orchestrates this chaos from the shadows. Unlike the ego-driven schemes of past versions, this Lex remains unseen, manipulating events with a gangster-like efficiency. His absence makes his presence even more terrifying, as the ripple effects of his actions plunge Smallville into danger and compromise Clark's loved ones. A gangster Lex Luthor, the ultimate mastermind. What sets Cudlett's Lex apart from his predecessors is his street-smart, mob-boss approach. This version of Lex isn't just a wealthy businessman wielding his fortune to torment Superman. Instead, he's a product of his time in prison, where he built a criminal empire and mastered the art of psychological warfare. By leveraging his underworld connections, Lex weaponizes secrets and grudges, turning individuals like Emmett into pawns. This mirrors tactics seen in classic gangster films like The Godfather and Goodfellas, where power lies not in direct confrontation but in pulling strings from behind the scenes. It's a stark contrast to the corporate megalomania typically associated with Lex, showcasing a more grounded and ruthless adversary. Lex's victory comes at a cost. Lex's vendetta against Clark is deeply personal, stemming from Lois Lane's exposé that sent him to prison for a decade. This humiliation transformed him into a hardened strategist, willing to destroy Superman by any means necessary. Yet, his success in exposing Clark's identity creates collateral damage. Smallville becomes a target for criminals, and Clark's family and friends are now in the crosshairs. While Lex's plan achieves its goal of weakening Superman, it also highlights the villain's willingness to endanger innocent lives. This moral depravity solidifies Lex as a uniquely dangerous foe, one whose power lies not in physical dominance, but in his ability to destabilize Superman's world with a single revelation. The legacy of Cudlett's Lex Luthor. Michael Cudlett's portrayal of Lex Luthor in Superman and Lois is a game-changer for the character. By blending elements of a gangster boss with the traditional intellect of Lex, the show offers a fresh and compelling take on Superman's archenemy. This version of Lex is a reminder that the most dangerous villains are those who operate in the shadows, turning others into instruments of destruction. As the season unfolds, fans can only expect more of Lex's calculated chaos, and a Superman who must confront not just physical threats, but the vulnerabilities of his human connections. New episodes of Superman and Lois air Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the CW, and stream on the CW app.